Well, welcome, folks. We're back in the SuperSportaxi, and we set a very high standard last week because, of course, we had Kurt Darren singing here in the taxi. So we had to stay at the same level, and we've moved up to something that you could refer to as the Lion King, because Tao, of course, is lion. And here is Jimmy Tao. Jimmy, great to see you, mate, in the taxi.
Yeah, no, great seeing you. Feels good to be here.
It's comfortable, eh?
Yeah, I feel like a VIP for a change.
You are a VIP. You are a VIP. Just confirm that for us, because Tao is lion.
It is lion, of course.
Yes.
It's Soweto, loosely translated in English, lion. That's what it represents. And I'm fortunate that I'm also a Leo, so I guess it just speaks to the character in me and the fact that I am the king of the jungle.
You know what, when we were talking about who must we get, we obviously wanted a name, but we wanted to try and capture the Soweto Derby. And nobody is better, because you made this big move from Pirates to Chiefs, and I want to go back to that.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, there was a story with Glasgow Rangers, Glasgow Celtic, where a guy called Mo Johnson made that move, and it was just unheard of. It was the same for you, really, because to move from one Soweto giant to another, it was unusual, to say the least.
Unusual, of course, but to be quite honest and frank with you, I don't think that the intention was to make a controversial move. I think it was more about looking for a better way to look after the family, because I had signed a junior contract when I signed at Pirates. I played 3 seasons, and I had played probably 99.9% of games in the 3 seasons, and I just thought maybe I was due for an upgrade on my contract.
Jimmy, for our Super Saturday viewers, and by the way, the reason I'm wearing the Chiefs thing is only to annoy that guy Fiso over there.
Yeah.
Watch it. What's he was it? Watch.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out. This is a Chiefs shirt.
Yeah.
Not Pirates.
Yeah, and I'm wearing black, by the way.
You're wearing black just to balance it out a little bit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. You're rolling back the years.
Okay.
But tell us, what is it like to play in a Soweto Derby? Because it's not just a big South African derby, it's one of the great derbies of the world.
It is something that will go down in history in my life as one of my biggest achievements. It is life-changing, it is a great experience, and I can only imagine what the current generation are going through, because for me that is what it meant. And you can imagine I've played on both sides, you know, so it would have had the pressure that it has while I was at Paris, because at Paris I was very naive. So I would go to the derby and just think, you know what, whatever happens, we're going to display our skill on the day and our talent. And you played more for fun when I was at Pirates. Obviously, when I moved to Chiefs, it was now that thing of saying, how is he going to fare against his former club?
Correct.
And it just boiled in terms of the pressure. It built up the pressure, the anxiety, and it made the derby very special for me.
I'm going to come back now. We're going to get a prediction from you, so start thinking about that. But as I said, last week we had Kurt Darren. Yeah, and we had to do something. So I thought, you know, we could do that Kaizer Chiefs song. You know, there's that Kaizer Chiefs song, the British band, Ruby, 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 Ruby. But we've done with the singing.
Oh, yeah.
So I think what we'll do is we're going to have a reading.
Okay.
And so I thought, well, what's an ideal book to choose? Because last week we had all those rugby fixtures because of, you know, the whatever that was in the water.
Yeah.
And as Anele said, those games were postponed.
Yeah.
So I got a book out called The Tao of Pooh,
Wow,
which is perfect, eh? So this is about Winnie the Pooh as opposed to any other Pooh, and the Tao, but it's not the Jimmy Tao, it's the Tao. So here we go. Here's a special reading for you, right? The Tao of Who, it's called. We were discussing the definition of wisdom late one night. This is Jimmy and I. We were just about to fall asleep when Pooh remarked that his understanding of Jimmy Taoist principles had been passed down to him from ancient ancestors. Like who? Asked Pooh. And I said, Pooh Tao too. This could carry on, but anyway, if you ever want to catch up with Jimmy Tao and Winnie the Pooh, that's the place to go. So there's our reading. I think we're going to get a result on the weekend. How do you see it? You've summed it up perfectly. Pirates probably an advantage, but a great opportunity for Chiefs. What do you think the score is going to be, Jimmy?
With everything else being equal, I think on the balance of play, Pirates have shown to be much more prolific in front of goal. They scored 3 against Sundowns just leading up to the derby. Chiefs have been a bit blunt in front of goal. Caleb hasn't really found to be the answer at this point in time. So I think from a previous encounter point of view, Pirates seem to be the one who've got the edge. I'd give them a 2-1 win over Chiefs.
2-1, says Jimmy Tao, and he knows because the Tao of Pooh is saying it's Pirates 2, Chiefs 1, and maybe you can use that in your super picks.